Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to Tomasz Piatkowski. Thanks for your support, Tomasz. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker, as we prepare to embark upon a new quest, or at least a glorified side quest, namely investigating the mysterious keep at the center of Candlemere Lake. I think that's long been a point of curiosity for us. I vaguely recall eyeballing it back when we were checking out that lizardfolk village. So it is nice to finally have an excuse to head that way. That said, we do still have a bit of kingdom business to tend to, so let's go pay the Sweet Teeth a visit. Welcome back, guys. We've measured the lake, but there was a small problem. The shore is sometimes so wavy that it's 30 feet to walk, but if you measure every curve, it's 200. And if you measure really carefully, it's even 1,000. We argued for a long time what the right way to measure it was, and in the end, we decided to take an average. And the figure we got, Elkie, how long was it? The tiefling proudly presents you with a huge skein of wet rope. This long. Oh, good. 329 ropes. Excellent. Yeah, that does sound about right. Let's see if you can complete my next task. We're ready for anything, and even more. You know what? On the other hand, no, I don't have any errands for you. Pity, we're ready for any feat. If you need us to perform a feat, you don't have to ask twice. Look, I didn't want to have to say it like this, but it would be better for you to stay away from the capital for a while. Let's just leave it at that. But we've only just arrived. Why would you send us away? We didn't do anything wrong. Oh boy. Your Grace, you must think we're a gang of useless loons. The girl looks at Niho askance. And I can understand why you'd think that. But please, don't send us away. Give us a chance to prove ourselves. Yeah, just give us a chance. We'll show you. Well, so much for that. Alright, there must be additional events we're waiting on. Maybe we have to get further into the campaign. I guess we will come back to this a little later. I suppose I should set aside some time to learn more about the sisters, too. That might actually act as a gateway. For now, though, we have an adventure to tend to. Oh, and, we also have 334 pounds of rope to get rid of. So, yeah, let's do that.
In due time.
It's not much, but that is like, what, 10 building points? I'm not sure if you ever actually need rope in Kingmaker, but it certainly couldn't hurt to keep some on hand. Welcome back, Lindsay. Adventure awaits. Okay, so we've actually got a few things we need to take care of while we're out here. First things first, let's go ahead and set up our new village. We want it to be relatively close to Gnarlkeep, so I think we'll set it up near the bridge here on the Shrike River. Let's have a look at the kingdom map. Yeah, I think that'll work. Now, just to give you some insight into what I'm doing here, this is basically destined to become our southern teleportation hub, so we want it equidistant between Silverstep and Gnarlkeep. I think we've got that little tavern down there too. It may not seem like much, but it will save us a 3-day round trip every time we have to go down there. I did go through the suggestions that people submitted, and I think Rivergate actually makes a pretty fitting name for this one. Of course, between the village and our second printing press, we're a bit light on building points, so let's go ahead and shore that up. Yeah, that should keep us going for a while. Let's go ahead and exploit some of these opportunities. I believe I've already optimally assigned our advisors, so no need to linger here. That just leaves troubled lands, and I will note here, since recording episode 56, I have noticed that they number the months with Roman numerals, so yeah, good on them. We will keep that in mind moving forward. We do actually have to visit Rivergate, but we'll worry about that next time. Candlemere Tower. The tower in the center of Candlemere Lake is a crumbling ruin. Nothing remains but a half-collapsed stone cylinder and a swath of rubble within and without. The stones of the tower are ancient. Faint carvings of strange symbols are barely visible in some of the tower's stones. Although the ancient cult that once used this site as its center of worship has long since been destroyed, the ruins themselves exude an aura of unease. Any creature that enters this area feels as if something unseen were watching or waiting, and that intruders to the area are distinctly unwelcome. Well, that certainly makes sense, given that we know it's infested with will-o-wisps. Those things feed on terror and despair. Alright, not sure if that's our boat or the expedition's. Okay, that must be theirs.
I'm listening.
Okay, we've got quite a trek ahead of us. Let's hit the pause button, and I will tend to our buffs. And we are back. I've gone ahead and set us up with the usual assortment of buffs. The vast majority of them last at least 30 minutes, so that should be plenty of time for a short to medium-length adventure. The notable exception, however, is mass resistance and protection from electricity, plus a remove fear spell, just to be on the safe side. Unfortunately, those spells all cap at a 10-minute duration, so we will need to move fairly efficiently. We can refresh the castings once, but after that, we might have to fall back. The boat is in good condition. It looks like it was used not long ago. Aha. Note wrapped in an oiled leather. We came to this island at dusk, decided to spend a night at the shore and go inland at dawn. We've seen some lights floating over the underbrush. For some reason, they don't approach, keep their distance from us. Tomorrow, we'll head for the ruins. The cleric and paladin who hired me to guide them keep aloof. They exchange whispers about something hidden in these ruins, and fall silent as soon as I come close. We've come here to search for treasures for a man called Gunderson, but these two seem to have some plans of their own. It would bother me less if Rizmal wasn't a cleric of Nethys. People say that the moods and methods of his followers change as often as those of their two-faced god. For now, at least, the cleric behaves nicely, except for constant, frantic speeches about the ruins. Anyways, Britt is a paladin of Aurori, so I guess I can rely on his sense of justice. We've heard strange things that take place on the Candlemere Lake. A few days ago, local folks saw a bright flash of light over the tower at the island, and no one could explain what it was. Another strange thing I witnessed myself. When we were coming to the island on our boat, I noticed an old geezer on the shore, and this island is thought to be deserted. I guess the geezer saw us too, because he disappeared. I would track the old hermit down, but I don't dare to leave the campsite unattended. Can't help thinking this island is really cursed, as locals used to say. If the curse is just a fable, and if Rizmal doesn't try any tricks, we'll come back here and I'll take this note away. And if you find this note, traveler, hop on your boat and go back where you came from. Erastil, bless me. Mori Folkry. Well, given that we have, in fact, found this note, I'm going to assume it did not go as planned. Props to Mori for thinking ahead. It's actually a pretty interesting move. The coals are already cold.
That is not far.
Shoreline's clear. Just being thorough. Oh, that sounds like a wisp. Yep.
Serves you right.
Looks like we've got a mid-level war wisp. Come on, guys.
I got you dead.
There we go.
As it should be.
lighter encounter density than I expected. Wand of Crushing Despair. Apt. Wave 2.
Enemy approaching.
Oof. We're okay so far, but those things are going to wear down our protection pretty quick. So far, so good. They do seem to have some sort of bite attack. I'm seeing a very light ding on Tristan. Torn, damp page. I've described the plant and the wound it caused as soon as I could. I hope in the future I'll be able to show these notes to some druid to learn more about this stuff. I should have known better than to go into a brush thicket. The slope was steep, and it was dangerous to climb here anyway, even if these light creatures won't bother us. Rizmal started to behave strangely early this morning. He acted like a real madman, made me search for the shortcut to the ruins, then refused to heal me when I got wounded by the thorn. Damned priest constantly pushes us ahead. Supposedly, he had a message from Nethys himself, and while his god is waiting for him in the tower, the cleric has no time for petty matters. I'm starting to believe all those rumors about the followers of Nethys and their unreliability were true. I want to turn back and leave the gold where it belongs, but Britt persuaded me to keep moving forward. According to him, this Gunderson guy has got the wrong meaning of the word treasure. The paladin is convinced that the treasure, which really is hidden in the tower, is some priceless magic knowledge left there by ancient dwellers of the island, but he's not sure he could get to the place through the thickets without my help. If I had it my way, I'd just leave this mess as it is. I seriously doubt our client is interested in some dusty old books. But this argument won't work for a cleric who worships a god of magic, and the paladin who serves a god of knowledge. Britt tried to heal my wound by himself. As a result, it is almost closed, but still stings bitterly. I hope it's a passing side effect, because, at least for now, I have no way back. I'm guessing that is the path he failed to navigate. Oh, wave 3. Nice. I believe Amiri just one-shotted that thing. Nice to have the occasional crit work in our favor. Huh. Let's see if we can find our way around to that chest. Wave 4. That one actually got through our protection. Ah, we've got an ancient wisp in the back. Okay, let's start taking this more seriously. Nice. Let's get Tristan topped off. we're actually making pretty good time. Chaos Shard. Sometimes the reflection of a grimacing face appears in the blade. This +2 dagger has a chance to confuse enemy on a hit. That would actually be pretty fun if we use daggers. Not sure if that was supposed to be our ranger or not. I guess if it was, he would have had a note or a journal or something.
In due time.
Let's finish them quick.
Oh, and we've got another ancient wisp. I think this calls for a haste spell. So much lightning.
Tear them apart!
Okay, I think what's happening here is that Harem and Tristan failed their savings throws, which spiked the damage high enough to partially overcome their protection spells. Fortunately, we're still in pretty good shape.
Your strike wasted.
Alright, let's go ahead and top that off.
You deserved it.
I think we can safely assume that is our unfortunate ranger. No way he would have made it up that hill with his injury. Let's see if we can find our way to that chest we saw before we mess with that. Oh, shoot, okay.
Repent!
These things are starting to wear us down, even with the protection spells. The Island of 1,000 Lights.
Share your troubles.
Anything else?
Noble Warhammer. The hammer's head is covered in illegible runes. +3 Warhammer. Interesting. It's unusual to see a named item that just has a strict numerical bonus. But again, just more sales fodder for us. Hello, my friend. Dirty travel log. Only the last page is readable. Left me behind. I begged them to stay. Rismal doesn't care. Nethys has turned the dark face to him, so the cleric is lost to us. Britt promised to come back, but it's been a long time since he left, and he hasn't shown up yet. I just hope the paladin survived and managed to save himself, at least. These are the last words of my log. The wound is festering. Some yellow stuff oozes from it. I couldn't climb the rock and reach the ruins. Guess now I won't be able to even stand. My skin burns, and I can barely breathe. I'll die on this cursed island, and no one will ever know where I've spent my last hours. Left alone, but I'm not alone. Damned lights in the underbrush. They're closer now. I'm not delirious. They come for my death. Lights watch. Want my pain. Restal, take my soul. And thus it ends. The only way it could have, I suppose. Let's see if we can find this unfortunate fellow's companions. Anyway, this probably marks the halfway point. Let's take advantage of the momentary reprieve and top off our short-term buffs.
How may I help?
Once more, my friends, unto the breach. More wisps.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Nothing but ancients now. I'd say that calls for a haste. Gotta say, I am somewhat surprised they went all in with the wisps. I really thought they would have varied it with some slightly different flora and fauna. Well, let's keep it going.
Beginning of the hunt.
Closer. For this time. They are definitely ramping it up. Nice. Y'all know the drill by now. Ooh, I think that might be the other side of that shortcut we saw. The one that unfortunately cost Mori his life. Yep. Well, let's not mess with that. We're immune to poison, but no need to tempt fate.
Something bothering you?
Just hedging our bets. This weathered relief, worn down by time and the elements, bears a faint inscription. The inscription is jagged and uneven, as if written by a trembling hand. Past, present, future, all are one in him, is the key and guardian of the gate where spheres meet. Nishagog, Yog Sothoth, Naga, Yastoth. I'm still playing Kingmaker, right? I haven't stumbled back into Stygian. Just double checking. Well, we'll just pretend we didn't see that.
All according to plan.
Hi. I have completely lost track of what wave this is. Harem is taking a beating out there. We're also having some pathfinding issues with Doggo.
They go down!
Let's see if we can get that resolved. There we go. I think we are actually starting to run low on spells. If we've got another level of this, we're definitely going to have to fall back. Ancestral Dwarven Shield. +2 heavy shield with DR2. Nice, simple, effective. Though, not sure that's worth the trade-off. 1 point of AC for 2 points of DR. Let me know what you guys think on that one. This stone is covered with drawings of jagged black spirals. Sanity check.
Follow my lead.
A dead warrior in full armor, with Aurori holy symbols, lies on the ground. He was backstabbed. And I assume we just found Brent. Didn't know much about him, but I am assuming he didn't deserve this. Let's check those buffs. Still going strong. Don't mind us. Oh my, that is a straight up tear in the fabric of reality.
In due time. That is not far.
We've got one more spot over there, but let's go ahead and have a chat with Rizmal. After we throw up a few more buffs.
Ready for anything.
Keep your eyes open.
I wrote it like I saw it.
All right, Rizmal. Let's chat.
Confide in me.
There is a closed portal in the center of the room. It seems it was used not long ago. A man stands in the center of the half-ruined hall. He is motionless. His eyes are closed, head tilted, as if he was listening to something inaudible. He's clad in tattered black and white robe, though mud and dust make his clothes look almost uniformly gray. Hearing your footsteps, the man shudders and turns abruptly. The left part of his face is covered in blood and dirt. Seeing you, he gives a low growl in his throat. "Trespassers!" He spits on the ground. "Are you so eager to die?" "Who are you?" The man stares at you for several moments. Then he suddenly grins and raises his eyebrows, in mockery. "Who am I? Oh, soon the whole world will know my name." The man straightens and raises his hands to the sky. "Two-faced Rizmal, keeper of the gates, harbinger of Nethys. I have many names, and you shall pay fealty to them all." The all-seeing eye has brought me here, to this sanctuary of magic. Others came, but they did not survive the trials. I am the only one who hears the word of Nethys and can open the gates for him. Then the all-seeing eye will reward his chosen. I will become a lord in his new era. Rizmal's eyes turn glassy and dull as he keeps talking, and his speech becomes a stream of barely understandable words. It's impossible to distinguish which parts of his rambling is true, and which represent his delirious fantasies. Nonetheless, the madman seems to lose interest in attacking you, right now. An enchanted sanctuary, gates to other worlds? They're here? In these ruins? "Silence!" Rizmal roars. "You're too blind to see what surrounds you. Vibrant, bright, glorious to those who have embraced the arcane and mastered its power." Rizmal's voice drops, and his eyes become unfocused. "Nethys himself led me here. His voice rings in my head, calling from the portal. All these writings, all these wandering lights. Only the blind cannot see the coming of the all-seeing eye." Rizmal's voice drops to a hiss. "So watch your tongue. The moment nears where I open the portal and let Nethys into this world. Fear my lord's wrath, for there will be no escape for blasphemers." Lovely. I look forward to that. Some say this place is cursed. Cursed? Rismal bursts into hysterical laughter. Only fools can claim this place is cursed. On the contrary, this tower, this portal, it's a true blessing for those who can grasp its real greatness. Will-o'-the-wisps roam the island. How did you get past them? Will-o'-wisps don't devour flesh. They feed on suffering and fear. The island is full of them, since the time when this temple was sanctified with human blood. Besides, there was no fear in my heart, only joy and awe, for I was to meet my god and master. I am tempted to pick this option. Sarcasm aside, it actually does raise a pretty good point. But I suppose Silverleaf isn't the sort to deliberately provoke a madman. Rismal grunts, but makes no response. Where are the others you came here with? Who? Rismal ponders your words for a moment. Ah, you're talking about those who came to the island with me. They are gone. One of them gave up halfway here. I know nothing of his fate. And the second, the miserable creature, he... Rismal closes his eyes, as if fighting to control his temper. He kept talking. How knowledge must belong to everyone. Wisdom should be shared. About telling others about this place. He kept talking and talking. Rismal falls still for a moment. So I silenced him. Rismal, no matter if this island is cursed or not, you're not in your right mind. You don't know what you're doing. Rismal shuts his eyes, then slowly opens them. How dare you? He hisses through clenched teeth. Nethys himself guides me. How dare you judge a chosen one of the all-seeing eye? As you listen to Rismal, you can't stop frowning. Something is clearly not right. Not just with the man, but his words. Nethys, the mad deity of magic and wizardry, never speaks directly to his followers. His followers take pride in this, for their god is much too great to lower himself to such base forms of expression. Whoever or whatever Rismal heard beyond that portal, it is not Nethys. Listen to yourself. Nethys speaks to me. Nethys has chosen me. You know your god does not waste his time on mortals. How long are you going to lie to yourself, claiming the voice in your head belongs to Nethys? Rismal's voice trembles. But it's just... He averts his eyes and falls silent. I am the chosen one. Rismal shakes his head. I knew it, always. The chosen one. Different from the others. His voice falters. I found a corpse on the island. You know the one I speak of. He perished in suffering, terrified, cursing those who'd left him to die. What did he do to earn your cruelty? Rismal meets your gaze silently. After a moment, he frowns, then winces. Mori, we should have come back for you. As you look at him, Rismal's face changes. The obsessive gleam in his eyes gives way to astonishment and terror. He throws a haunted look at his surroundings, then touches his face, and stares dully at the blood and dirt on his fingers. What have I done? Great Nethys, what a nightmare is this? This can't be. I failed you, misled by illusions. Darkness took my mind, and I... Rismal utters a heartbreaking cry and buries his face in his hands. When he finally lifts his head, his eyes are full of tears. How can I atone for this? All I've done? His voice is a choked whisper. It's not possible. Rizmal blinks his tears away and turns to the portal, as if recalling it is still there. But the voice that urged me to open the gates. He falls silent for a moment. It still sounds inside my head, but it is not Nethys. No, it is not him. It's something else. The man turns back to you. I would never be able to repay you for your help, stranger. But I must ask you about one more thing. Will you help me to confront the creature that waits beyond the portal? I'll be able to open it and let this thing come to Golarion. We have to destroy it before it finds some new prey. Rizmal covers his eyes. When we're done with this, I'll stay here and make sure no living soul ever falls victim of this island. Well, we've already got our buff set. We'll help you fight the monster. Then I'll begin the ritual, now. Duke Dazzleflare. Interesting. I wonder if he has anything to do with, Count Shimmerglow. Or the other one, for that matter. I think we met another one near the Great Oak. Now that I think of it, we're actually not that far from the Lizard Folk Village or the Great Oak. A day's travel at most. The portal is opened again! Help me! Oh man, he is not messing around. He is going straight for Silverleaf. Alright, fall back. Oh geez, okay. Could go for a shield spell, but I don't think we have time. Whew. Got that one a little close, didn't we? Really should have popped a shield spell as soon as we saw it firing off those magic missiles. That is the fourth piece of the Cypress Queen set. One more and we get a free story. Something to look forward to. Alright, we are past the 50-minute mark at this point, but we've come this far. Let's go ahead and top off and have one last chat with Rizmal. Why are you here, traveler? Well, it's my kingdom, but are you sure you want to stay here on this island? Rizmal, pale, nods. This is my penance. Someone must keep watch over the portal. I won't let anyone else die here, or become enslaved by temptation. Now, if your mind's clearer, tell me about this place. Rizmal casts a glance at the ancient tower. This is the place where two worlds connect. The border is razor thin, so it gave birth to a portal. Now it's sealed, but... He rubs his forehead. When I was performing a ritual here, I noticed it's easy to open it. Someone must have used this portal before, and not too long ago. Can you seal the portal permanently? Rizmal shakes his head. Alas, I am not able to do it. The only thing I can do is become a guardian of this portal till the end of my days. Locals do claim the island is cursed. Rismal winces. Cursed? Definitely not. The tower is full of magic, but cursed. He looks aside. Unless you call a clouded mind a curse of sorts. The man who sent me to this island claimed there were treasures here. Rismal gives an eloquent look to the half-ruined tower, dusty stones, and the grass that sprouts through the stone floor. I guess this man was wrong. Thank you. I've learned all I wanted. Whatever you say. I'll leave you be. Farewell, Rismal. And thus ends another sinister aside in the Stolen Lands. As I said earlier, I suppose it ended just about as well as we could hope. Can't say I'm crazy about leaving Rismal here by himself, but he has literally chosen his own fate. And our only other option is to kill him, which, I'm not really crazy about either. That said, I think we're at a pretty good breaking point here. Let's hit the pause button for now. I will, give the island another pass, just to make sure we're not missing anything. And we will pick up here next time. I anticipate a rather interesting conversation with Willis Gunderson in our very near future. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube and Twitch channels, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages over on Steam or on GOG. Links are in the description.